Hello, I am back with part 2 of my childhood journal from grade 4 1992. You know, that was 23 years ago. Seems like yesterday. And in part 1 I read to you some of my crazy stories. Most of them were about scanning electron microscopes because when I was younger I was so obsessed with science and technology, especially microscopes and other things. Anyway, we are going to continue on here in part 2 of the video, starting from the 29th of June 1992. On Saturday, I tried to fix my bike. Also, something exciting on Saturday, I saw a huge pumpkin which weighs 3 tons, 2.5 metres. He got it for $20. Mum made soup out of duck and chicken and potatoes and pork. Now we have 1.5 tons left. On Sunday at 2:19 p.m. I got out the camera and took a photograph of a train, and at 2:21 I took a photo of another train. On Thursday I went to the aquatic centre. I got into the deepest pool at 5 metres. I swam at the back. Later I went to the 3 metre and 1 metre diving board. I jumped off the diving boards. It was fun. Also in the holidays I went to Marion Shopping Centre to their pet shop. I asked for salamanders and they sell them for $12, worth 1 salamander. FP the Guinness species they are. Whatever that is. I think they're axolotls actually. They live in wet, damp, moist places. They breathe through their skin. They sing with a voice which sounds like a squeaky blurp. They talk with touch. French people eat salamanders all times. Their skin is moist. 23rd of July 1992. On Saturday night, a dream of part 2 of 30th of March. A dream back to university about the medical school, to the Scanning Electron Microscopes. At 11:40 p.m. to 5:50 a.m. back down the stairs and into the Scanning Electron Microscope and went to sleep on a chair. I woke up at 1 a.m. in the morning and didn't know what was in front of me. So I got up and turned on the light. A surprise of a scanning electron microscope. It was brand new and I looked at all the buttons and turned it on. And specimen with a P in half. I was bearing to look at it, so I did. I had it set to 800 times, 6,800 times, excuse me. Photo of a cell which was looking, I took about 10 or 15 of these photos. They were so easy to focus, it was very shaker and clear, sharp and clear. At 3 a.m. I went to get a drink. At 10 to 6 I left to go home on the train. It was fun! 3rd of August 1992. Nothing to say. Silence. Because I did nothing, I have nothing to tell you. On Saturday I read books. I read one of trades and I looked at all the pictures and another book about trains. So 17th of August 1992. On Saturday morning I got up early at 5 a.m. and I went outside. My brother Joseph came out with me and we started to build our own power lines made out of cotton. On Sunday we did some more work and I started writing a book about the planets. It was a fiction story. It was a 44-page story on cardboard pages. 7th of September 1992. On Saturday, we went to a soccer match, and Warradale lost by 1 goal. The score was 1-0, and Hallett Cove kicked a goal at the end. So for most of the time, it was 0 apiece. My brother got a trophy, and all the other kids too. The forecast for Saturday was fine, but later showers, and it didn't rain at all. We were there for most of the day, 5.5 hours. We were there from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday. We stayed home for most of the day. At the end of the day, we went to get some Lebanese bread. On Wednesday, we are going to the Adelaide Royal Show. 17th of September 92. On Wednesday, I didn't come to school. I went to the Royal Show instead. The first thing I did is I went in to get a drink, and we went to get some show bags. One my brother got was Freddy Krueger, and I got a KAFM fruit box show bag. It wasn't a strong plastic, it was nylon. There we went on both ghost trains. Then the Mad Mouse. I liked the Mad Mouse. It was lots of fun when you went up the hill, but when you went around the corner, you felt like you were going to get thrown off because of the gravitational forces. We then caught the train back home, which was probably 3,000 class rail cars. 21st of September 1992. On Saturday, I went to the electron microscope, and I went to study disease at 18,000 times magnifications. It was fighting a good cell under the Scanning Electron Microscope. 12th of October 1992. Sorry for rhyming my eye. On the first weekend, I went to the airport on Saturday. I asked a guard, are we building a channel tunnel to Kangaroo Island? The guard said no. We might be. The train's speed record would be like 400 kilometers an hour. Kendall Trans might be its railway name. I went on a plane with two propellers, and it had 34 seats. On the way, we flew Kendall Airlines Transport. The name of the airlines was Kendall. We went the same speed at 400 kilometers per hour, like the train they are building. The 34-seater plane cruised at a speed of 390 kilometers on the ground and 400 in the air. When we got there, we took a bus to Kingscote. On Sunday, we went on bus tours, first a farm and then a Seal Bay cave. I touched the power pole and got various electric shock. The voltage was 19,000 volts and got low wattage on me. About 24 volts low voltage on me. It was thousands of volts on the fine wire. Then we went to the Remark Blue Rocks, then a farm, then a long journey back to the airport. A 16-seater plane on our way back. It had 2 props with 3 blades each, not 4. On the second week, I went to Gula with Dad and Mum and my brother. We went there for 4 days. Then on Saturday night, I worked on my microscope, and Sunday I studied stained samples because I used it most of the day. 26th of 10/92. Dad and me drove to the airport to pick up a friend of Dad's. We went to Gate 4. Dad's friend was on an Ansett Australia. Dad took his friend to LS house in the suburb Genus. Then Dad took me back to the airport to catch the Concorde to France. When I am in France, I want to travel on the TGV train because it goes extremely fast. Now this is a fictional story I made up. And there's no date on this one, but it goes like this. On Saturday, I went to the Christmas pageant. Then we were heading for lunch. We walked under the Australian Airlines building. In the lower windows, I could see photos of holiday places to visit and jumbo jets. We travelled both ways, on the train to Adelaide and back when we were waiting at the station for our 5-car express train came rapidly past us. Before the express train went past, a 5-car 2000 class jumbo or super train stopped at the station. Our train was a 6-car red hen, and on the way back it was a 6-car 3000 class newer train. My goodness. What else is there? And this is the last story. 14th of December 1992. It is September 2015. actually, no. This is a story. Okay. We're going to read this fictional story before we finish the video. The alien starship lands on the shore on the 9th of October 2776. When our spaceships were in use, I went to the beach for a swim. A huge cigar starship from 1,000 light years away settled down on the shore. The other people were scared, but I wasn't. The dolphins tried to warn me, but I said, "Get on the starship, will be fun." The doors opened slowly. The dolphins wondered, what the hell was that? They were scared, so they swam at very fast speed out to the ocean. The aliens were as tall as me, and they were not bad. The starship flew off at very high speed. The dolphins came back to the shore and leapt out of the water. All the people came back to the beach. The starship burst out of the sky at the speed of light. Goodness me. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. My crazy childhood stories from 1992. That was 23 years ago. Goodness me. I remember when I was 23 years old, I went to Finland. Anyway, subscribe for more. Enjoy my videos, music, and everything else. Take care and see ya. I'm running off.